So in the video I did a while ago, I was basically giving a laundry list of characters who can defeat Wukong, and a lot of people were saying, "Oh no, Wukong claps," and they have no idea who these characters are. They say they win. They say, "Oh, he does it. He claps," and it's like, if you know the characters, you would know he does not. So in this video, allow me to explain to you the characters which can defeat him and why. So to make one thing clear, it is a clear fact that the 70 True Transformations is not a Wukong exclusive ability. That is a long drawn out fancy way of saying they can shapeshift. The 72 transformations are something all Chinese gods can do. But not only that, Wukong's shapeshifting is limited. He cannot turn into gods. Beings like Buddha, nigh omnipotent if not omnipotent beings, he cannot turn into. With that being said, he cannot turn into Astral Regulator Thanos. For those who don't know, the thing that makes Astral Regulator Thanos so powerful is the fact that he can absorb anything. Anything. To no limit, he can absorb them. Wukong cannot do anything against that. What is his defenses be against absorption? Astral Regulator Thanos absorbed the entire cosmic hierarchy. That includes the one above all. And he is omnipotent. He is the top dog of the Marvel cosmology. He's not omnipotent, he is omnipotent. The Astral Regulator is a device the one above all created, and Thanos was able to take this device and use it against him. He can absorb, so Thanos can absorb beings like Buddha. Wukong cannot, and thus Wukong cannot transform into Astral Regulator Thanos because Thanos has already absorbed a being like Buddha in his universe, that being the one above all. Oh yeah, and Astral Regulator Thanos has broken the fourth wall. Twice. You see that right there? To where my finger's pointing? It says, "If you are, I am a part of you." That is us reading the book. He is aware of our existence. Well, has Wukong done something like that? And as for the Aztec pantheon, I will let someone who is a professional on that mythology explain it to you guys.
Mictlantecuhtli and Mictecasihuat could easily trick dumb old Wukong into going into the underworld of Mictlan, where nobody has magical powers except for the gods of the dead, meaning all his magical immortality weapons mean nothing there. Then there's gods like Tezcatlipoca, Quetzalcoatl, Chalteotique, and Tlaloc, who are so strong that with little effort, they were able to destroy the world. And that's not even getting into the fact that Tezcatlipoca and his family are all brutally mean and violent. They can see the future, they have weapons that instantly kill creatures who are immortal, and Tezcatlipoca can shapeshift, and he's a damn better shapeshifter than Wukong ever could be. Then there's Huitzilopochtli, the god of war, who he also killed celestial gods, but guess what? He did it the day he was born. He was a baby. Goo goo gaga, there go the celestial gods. Then, of course, there's Itzpapalot, the obsidian butterfly, and her army of Tzitzimit, skeleton space demons who can literally eat the immortality off someone. If all that wasn't enough, which it definitely is, the Aztec have the Xiuhcuat, comet snakes. They are giant warhammers that summon dragons that kill immortal beings.
Like, what else needs to be said? What else needs to be said? Weapons that can bypass immortality. Creatures that eat immortality. And creatures capable of killing immortals. As for Cthulhu and the other gods, listen, I shouldn't even include them. Not because they don't win, but because it's gonna be a hassle to explain how. So the info which I got this information from is from this guy called Literally Who, and he literally showed excerpts from the book. So what I'm about to say comes from the goddamn book. So to understand how powerful these beings are, I need to the cosmology. So this generally is the map of the Cthulhu mythos. Okay, I'm going to try to find a way to simplify this in the best way I know how. So there's the physical universe, which is infinite and has 3 dimensions. But each planet has its own little dreamland And the Dreamlands is also infinite, has infinite dimensions, transcends time. Like I said, each planet has their own little Dreamlands. And that's that whole little ring you saw around the physical realm. At the center of creation, called the Void, is where Cthulhu and all the other gods stay. Cthulhu can talk to people from the Void, from the center of creation, all that way. He can talk to them telepathically, with ease. And that's his weaker feats. So, let me give you an idea of just how powerful the other gods are. Okay, so the old ones, the outer gods, the other gods, whatever you want to call them, they often grant other species, lesser species, immense powers. If they can grant immense powers, it makes sense that they themselves have these powers. Let me show you something. Let me tell you about something. So in the Cthulhu mythos, humankind, like among the creators, humankind across the entire race have the potential to be godlike entities. And I don't mean, they can lift a planet's worth of weight. Think pre-retcon Beyonder. Allegedly, the humans of the Cthulhu mythos, if they tapped into this some organ in their brain, they can have probably his level of power because they can do anything. Transmute matter, create infinite dimensions, clash with monsters, and they're from a far off galaxy. And once they clash with a monster, this is just one of them, they clash with a monster and the energy generated from that attack instantaneously reached Earth and it illuminated the sky for months. These guys can travel through time, reincarnate in the present or the past. There ain't nothing these guys can do. Guess what? They rank lower than the outer gods, and not by a little bit. Going back to literally who, he made a diagram to show just how powerful the other gods are. The little spaceman that you see at the bottom of the list, those are the humans I just explained. That like I said, these godlike humans, that's them. And right at the top, that's where Cthulhu stands. Wukong probably won't even be able to fight the humans because the humans can do things that he can't. Transverse dimensions, travel through time. These guys can defeat Wukong because again, all you need to do is bind Wukong in strong enough restraints and throw him into another dimension and he's done for because he cannot travel dimensions. You can banish him to other realms and he'll be stuck. And those guys are at the bottom of the list. And Cthulhu is at the top. And that's not even talking about Yog-Sothoth. Yog-Sothoth ranks higher than the other gods. You want to know why? Because Yog-Sothoth is the Cthulhu mythos. He is everything. This whole scuffed cosmology, every ant, every god, every thought, all of that is Yog-Sothoth. And there is no other being in the Cthulhu mythos that H.P. Lovecraft has referred to as 100% omnipotent. Yog-Sothoth is omnipotent by H.P. Lovecraft's words. So Wukong cannot turn into Yog-Sothoth. Now to explain EJ. EJ is what is called a melanated being. These guys basically are beings who can use their melanin as their source of power. And with this melanin, they have infinite power. There ain't nothing they can do with their melanin. The only limit is their imagination. The author, King and Queen Lion, have stated themselves, they have boundless power. They have infinite power. There ain't nothing they can't do. And guess what? The only thing that can harm a melanated being is a melanin-based attack or another melanated being. Something Wukong does not have. And know what you're gonna say? Oh, he could just turn into EJ, and then he could fight him. Oh, yeah, you would think so. You see, EJ as a melanated dragon has a special ability called Devour. This ability allows him to consume, to eat, absorb, whatever you want to call it, absorb matter and energy to an infinite, boundless degree. There is no limit to what he can absorb and eat. He ate an entire universe and remade it. And guess what? There was a dude in there who had immense power, called himself a god and everything. This is EJ eating the universe that man was in and remaking it with that dude not having his powers. So EJ can just eat the universe that Wukong's in and remake it with Wukong not having powers. Along with that, EJ can just consume the melanin straight off Wukong's body. If Wukong was to turn into EJ, he'd be like, okay, come here. and take away his melanin. He can do that. And we ain't even talking about how EJ has the power to easily wipe out multiverses. He thought that he was destroying a couple of galaxies. No, each little ring you see is a multiverse. EJ casually destroyed multiverses. He's an omniversal threat. This is EJ not trying. Imagine seeing EJ try. And let's talk Oluran. So if you guys know the Orisha, like Oya, Ogun, Shengo, all of them, this is the guy that they serve. This is Oluran. He's basically West African god. No, like supreme deity, supreme being, supreme ruler, almighty. Yeah, that's what Oloran is. He's like Buddha. You know, the guy who defeated Wukong. Yes, so again, Wukong cannot turn into beings like Buddha, so he cannot turn into Oloran. Oloran's already like Buddha. Buddha beat Wukong. Oloran beats Wukong. I also talked about pre-retcon Empty Hand. And this, like I said, if y'all listen to the video, y'all would know why this guy wins. His pre-retcon iteration, at least. The Empty Hand is us. Me and you. The readers of DC comic books. That's us. Can Wukong hurt us? No, I don't mean if we were immortal in Wukong and Journey to the West. No. I'm saying, can Wukong hurt me and you? Can he? No. Because Wukong doesn't exist. We do. Or, okay, so hypothetically, okay, he does exist. On a level, on a dimensional plane so far under ours, when we perceive him, it's as a fictional character. How does Wukong win against that? As a matter of fact, I'm going to add on some more characters. Scarlet Witch. This is current 616 Scarlet Witch. Allow me to give you a little skit to describe her powers. I'm Oblivion, and I erase. I don't want to be erased. But I'm Oblivion. I don't care. So for those who don't understand what I basically just did there, I just gave you a skit of what she can do. She can flip the bird to any rules that exist. She's not restrained by any of that. She came back from omniversal existence eraser. Bringing herself back from death has happened several times already. That is just like breathing to her now. And before you say, oh, he could just turn into Wanda. Did you not just hear what I just said? What you just stated is a rule, is a law. Something Wanda can say, oh no, oh, he has a bunch of layers of immortality. That's a rule. That's logic. Something Wanda isn't bounded by. She can attack him and kill him. And it's like, oh, but logic says if you are immortal in several layers, I can't be killed. Wanda could say, God of Stories Loki. You want to know what Journey to the West is? You want to guess? You want to guess? It's a freaking story. Something Buckaroo over here has divine dominion over. He could take Wukong and close his book. End of story. Also, Thor can beat Wukong. Y'all know how Wukong uses all kinds of magic and stuff? Guess what? Mjolnir can negate magic. He can negate spells. He can manipulate all forms of energy, including magical energy. And that's not even the last. That's a tiny piece. As of recently, as of Immortal Thor, you wanna know how powerful our boy's gotten? I'll get you up to speed. Thor now has complete access to the Odin Force. He recently stole the powers of Zeus, someone who's in the same power range as Galactus and Odin. And here's the kicker. As of Immortal Thor, Rune King Thor has been confirmed to be 616 Thor. That was originally just that arc of Thor. Originally, as of recent issues, Thor now has access to his Rune King power. And y'all know how broken Rune King Thor is. Oh boy. He could do all the ceiling dimension locking he wants on Wukong. Wukong ain't winning against Rune King Thor. But now, this is Rune King Thor with the All-Father Force, with the power of Zeus.